Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Naila Hanum, and thank you so much for the opportunity to present our research in Tegal International Conference 2022. Here is my research with Mrs. Ernie Unggul Sedia Utami, and the title is Analysis of factors affecting the implementation of financial accounting standards for micro, small, and medium entities on Batik MSMEs in Pekalongan Regency. So let's start from the introduction of this research.
Micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, is a sector that contributes significantly in recovering the economic recession due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In empowering MSMEs, the government develops the concept of the signature product. One of Indonesia's top signature product is batik. Pekalongan is known as the batik city, which has great potential in batik business, and now they have grown economically. The potential of increased transaction because of the technology utilization is also an opportunity for business to optimize their financial reporting in order to obtain a higher equity. Through simplification of small and medium entity financial accounting that were published by EIE, the study aims to identify several factors of the implementation of MSME's financial accounting standards. Determinants of owners' education, owners' motivation, owners' perception of business, and socialization accounting standards were tested for their level of influence on the implementation as AKMKM. So this is the related prior research. Anish Kodalila states that accounting information has an effect of the desire on MSMEs to accept SAKMKM. SAKMKM contains a simpler accounting arrangement than SAKETA because it regulates transactions carried out by MSMEs with only historical cost measurement. SAKMKM is expected to be able to assist MSMEs in compiling financial reports so as to make it easier for MSMEs to access funding from national bank. Prativi and Hanafi also state that the education of MSME entrepreneurs can be determined based on the formal education that has been taken. If the formal education level of the owner or manager is low, the presentation and use of accounting information will also be low when compared to the owners with high level of formal education. Robbins also said that motivation is a willingness to try as optimally as possible in achieving organizational goals, which are influenced by the ability of the business to satisfy several individuals' needs. To be able to accept and implement SRKM properly, MSME owners have a strong motivation to develop their business better. The other related prior research comes from the perception of MSMEs is influenced by the use of accounting standard because each owner has a different perception. The owner should have a good perception of the preparation of financial reports. The perception of MSMEs is a person's learning process through prejudice from the information. Viola Shukrina showed that the perception of MSMEs has a significant effect on the use of SAKMKM. Socialization of SAKMKM is a process of individuals learning how to adapt to a certain environment and how to coordinate their behavior with others so that they can learn according to their roles and applicable rules. Access to information is now easier, allowing a person to get socialized about the things he needs to achieve certain goal. The result of research conducted by Nuril Badria and Nurdiana, socialization has a significant effect on the implementation of SAKMKM. So from the related prior research and from the we decided to choose four hypotheses to test in this research. The first hypothesis said that honors education has a positive effect on the implementation of SKMKM in the business of MSMEs at Setono Batik Market Pekalongan. While the second hypothesis stated that the owner's motivation has a positive effect on the implementation of SKMKM in the business of MSMEs at Setono Batik Market Pekalongan. The third hypothesis stated that owner's perception of SKMKM have a positive effect on the implementation of SKMKM in the business of MSMEs at Setono Batik Market Pekalongan. And finally, the fourth hypothesis states that the socialization of SHKM-KM owners have a positive effect on the implementation of SHKM-KM in the business of MSMEs at Setono Batik Market, Pekalongan. So the research method, here we have population, which is all of the MSMEs at Setono Batik Market, Pekalongan, and got 600 store that consists of large and small store. But we choose the sampling technique. Yeah, the sampling technique in the study uses this probability sampling technique. One of the probability sampling techniques is also incidental sampling. This incidental sampling is a technique for determining the sample by chance or anyone who coincidentally or incidentally meets the researcher on the object of research and is deemed to match the characteristics of the specified sample to be sampled. This research proceed 53 MSMEs to be analyzed. The data collection technique is a survey method using a questionnaire. A questionnaire is the data collection technique that is done by giving a set of questions or written statements to respondents in the study who are the owner of MSMEs at the Setono Batik Market, Pekalongan, in order to measure respondents' opinions using an interval scale. The interval scale used is the Likert scale, and the questionnaire was also tested for validity and reliability. The independent variable in this research is more than one, so the analysis used with multiple linear regression method using SPS as statistics software. So this is the result of the coefficient regression test. You can see the number of significancy of the test from the table. So from this result, we can reject first hypothesis and we can reject second hypothesis. Also, we accept third hypothesis and accept fourth hypothesis. So because of the third and fourth hypothesis is aligned with the prior research, we have only discussion of the rejected hypothesis. So here we go. The results of this study are in line with the research conducted by Tuti, which states that MSMEs with a low educational background but who have a desire to learn and participate as socialization regarding bookkeeping financial statements, they will be able to understand financial correct and in accordance with standards. Now, there are many non-formal institutions or socialization and seminars related to accounting, which can be attended to increase understanding of financial statements bookkeeping. So it doesn't have to be only formal education that will affect on the implementation of SHKM-KM. And second one, the results of this study are in line with research conducted by Tuti, which states that the owner's motivation does not affect the need for MSME's accounting standards. The owner's motivation does not encourage MSMEs to understand the need for accounting standard and its application in their business. And finally, the research conclusion, owner's education and owner's motivation are not determinants of SHKM-KM implementation, while the owner's perception and the socialization of SHKM-KM has a positive influence on the implementation of SHKM-KM. So both of them are the factors of the implementation of SHKM-KM. The issuance of SHKM-KM is expected to be widely implemented by MSMEs by carrying out various socialization, so that it is hoped that later the Batik community or MSMEs in Pekalongan can for preparing financial reports better. The more raising of awareness from giving perception, also the intense socialization of SHKM-KM will increase the implementation of SHKM-KM in Pekalongan, especially for Batik MSMEs.
So that's all our presentation of our research. Thank you so much for your attention. We're looking forward your feedback. Thank you and have a great day.